Welcome to Sipping on Excellence. This is Coach KJ, and I'm here with my man, my dude, the Doc.
And this is where we will be discussing the exceptional that is absolutely attainable. My friends, here's to living that extraordinary life.
Cheers.
All right, Coach KJ, let's get this party started,
Let the
man.
magic begin. How y'all doing out there?
Welcome. Right on time.
It's like, hey,
Right?
with this Olympics, we got synchronized going on.
Yeah, that's what we doing today.
Oh, boy.
Welcome to another episode of Sipping on Excellence with Coach KJ
That
and
would be me.
Doc.
That would be him.
It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure to be speaking to you guys again this week.
We are
Each and
talking
every
that
week.
talk.
For sure.
Talk that talk, honey. Walk that walk, honey. What's that from?
I don't know.
Love Jones.
Damn, you digging in the crates for that one. Shit. VHS style.
Yeah. Oh, man. Tell me about it.
Right.
I have not a VHS tape in my house anymore. Got rid
Shit,
of
ain't got a
everything.
DVD. If you think about it.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
It's all streamed now.
Yeah, man.
But appreciate y'all being here. We got a lot to talk about today. Today's topic is going to be, another listener. Few of you people have brought this up. A few listeners have brought this topic up, and I think we just going to
Go ahead and just stick it to him.
we're gonna dig into it at some point. But something I gotta get off my chest. Y'all need to go listen to our podcast on emotional intelligence versus being emotional.
Tell me about it. What happened?
Well, no, it's just I'm listening to other podcasts from time to time, and I'm talking to people at work, and I'm so tired of people always saying men are emotionally ignorant. Like, they're always saying, oh, well, things would be better if men would be more emotionally intelligent. And I'm like, y'all really need to go listen to the podcast that we discussed this on. Yeah, I hear it all the time. Dude.
Really?
Dude, I'm so sick of hearing people say men are emotionally immature. And here's why they say that. Because we suppress our feelings, we push them down, or we bury them, or we just say we're fine, whatever. And we're not opening up to our significant others, and we're not being emotionally available, as they would say.
Okay.
So now they're calling us emotionally ignorant.
Oh.
And I'm like, fuck you. You know? Yeah, I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
And we said this on the podcast on that episode.
Yes.
Who's more emotionally intelligent? The person that overly expresses everything, or the person who knows how to control their emotions? If I'm a man and I control my emotions, and I keep them in check, and I come at you from a logical point of view, does that make me emotionally ignorant? Or when you fly off the handle, or your emotions are highs and lows and you can't check them, are you emotionally ignorant?
Right. And understand that if I check myself, but I'm giving you a response, that means I have emotions because I have something tied to it. But my emotions, I'm not getting emotional about how I'm responding to you.
Yeah, and this emotional intelligence thing, I think, is just the buzzwords right now, like how toxic masculinity was a buzzword. Yeah. Now this whole emotionally intelligent and lack thereof is becoming the new buzz thing amongst a lot of women. I mean, it's just.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I'm just like, stop saying that we don't have emotional intelligence because we don't respond to emotional situations the same way you would.
Let alone respond the way you want us to respond.
You may be more emotionally evolved as a woman because you guys experience emotions on a whole different level than us. but that doesn't mean we're not emotionally intelligent. Who's more in tune with their emotions? The person that can control them or the person that can't? Because we don't express them doesn't mean we don't have them.
Right. Absolutely.
And so I'm sick of y'all talking that shit and throwing around words when you don't even understand what it means. Like the toxic masculinity, you don't even know what that means, but yet you throw it around. Emotionally intelligent, you don't know what that means, and yet you throw it around. They're just talking shit for no reason.
It made me think about what I just told you this past weekend when I said my wife had this thing going on in her head, and she was buzzing, she was busy, and then she created, because it's about time.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion about time, and so when I came home, hooked her up, gave her a haircut and everything, and then I said, you got your haircut? You feeling real pretty right now? The drop, give me 25 push-ups. Right. For the anxiety that you gave me while I was at the gym. Right. That's
stressing me about my time.
Exactly. So guess who's being emotionally intelligent?
Right. Yeah, but it's one of those things where instead of trying to understand,
right,
the default is to call names.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to understand, or just because you never understand. We'll never understand each other. Instead of just accepting that we're not them.
If I defer, it doesn't come back to me. I don't have to deal with me. If I put it on you, my life becomes easier. Then we just work around you.
Yeah. And so it annoys me to hear people talking about things that they don't understand.
Do you think also, to put it back on a man, that he's not emotionally intelligent, do you think also it is a space that we as men, because we have this tendency to say, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Well, they'll even make a man start thinking,
yeah,
maybe I'm not emotionally intelligent. People think emotional intelligence means I'm in tune with my emotions and I know how to express them. True, but the willingness to express them doesn't make you emotionally intelligent.
Correct.
And just because a man's not willing to express all of his emotions to you doesn't mean he's not in tune with his emotions.
It's all about how.
I think he's more in tune with his emotions if he knows how to compartmentalize them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyhow, I mean, just
that what got you, huh?
No, just because it tied into kind of what we were talking about on the live with privilege and pretty privilege.
Pretty privilege.
And a lot of people I brought it up. A lot of people agreed with me that men don't have that privilege. I don't care what people say. Men don't have pretty privilege in the sense of what we think.
Right. It's not going to open up doors.
No. And we're okay with that. And we're okay if pretty privilege opens up doors for you. Use whatever you have.
Correct.
To get in the room.
And stop lying that you don't have it or use it.
Well, I'm more than just that. Well, shit, yeah. I
hope you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you. You're supposed to be.
I'm not saying, if I'm saying that's all you have, that's a diss and you got bigger issues.
Right.
So don't get mad if we're saying use your pretty privilege. My sister told me the other day, my grandmother told her outright, don't waste your pretty.
Yep.
Because it ain't gonna be there for long.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it while you got it.
When wife goes out, she was like, "Oh, I got to use the pretty card today." I said, "What happened?" This guy gave me extra, whatever it was. I was like,
"No, you use it.
Go for it." Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
100% use it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
but I think a hot topic right now, and we're going to segue into what Coach and I were talking about earlier. And this is probably more so a conversation of, I'd say, the 30-plus crowd, right?
Yeah. Even
ladies in your
35,
20s,
yeah.
you know, we're talking about the grown and sexy.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about today. And I was having a conversation with somebody. She probably doesn't want me to blast her out like that, so I'm not going to blast her out. But we were having a conversation, and she was commenting on the live that we did about pretty privilege and all this stuff. And I told her, I was like, you got to stop dating corny dudes. And she's like,
It's a fact.
and she was like, corny dudes are the only dudes that cross my path or approach me. And so I was like, all right, well, let's dig into, you know, the whole concept of help, I can't find a good man.
Okay.
Because you hear that a lot. There's no good men left. There's this, that, and the other. Or you hear very attractive women, very smart women who got shit going for themselves, accomplished, successful women saying, good men don't approach them. Let's get into why. And let's get into kind of what you ladies can do to kind of help facilitate that. Times are changing. Or should I say times have changed?
Yes.
The type of men that women who are pretty, strong, accomplished, you know, 30 plus, looking for, at this day, starting to look for their dude. You young ladies in your 20s, y'all are out having a good time, do your thing. When it comes to, all right, I want to find that match for me. I want to find that mate, that soulmate, that husband, that father. I want to find that for me. How does that dude know that you're open for that?
Right. All right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How?
And so let's prime example. Let's set the scene. You're out with your friends, girlfriend. You're out with your girlfriends. Mm-hmm. And ladies, first thing you got to do is when you leave home, the fuck off that's on your forehead, wipe that off. If you can't wipe it off, put some concealer over it. Because if it's not concealed well, we as men, that's the one thing we pick up on. Mm-hmm. An intelligent man, a successful man, fears rejection more than anything else.
Right.
Because he's not looking to put himself in a position for you to bruise his ego.
Right. Which also comes with that forehead is also that neck. When your neck is pushed back and you're getting that double chin, that energy.
That resting bitch face doesn't work. You know, because
what happens to your face as soon as you go, you scowl.
Right. But you think about it, a lot of these ladies, a lot of attractive women will say, why don't men ever approach me? And it's not that they have a fear of you. They're not scared of you. They're not scared of a pretty face. They're not scared of a smart, intelligent woman, because that's what's going to come back at us. You guys are going to start throwing at us, they just don't want a good woman. Nah. A good man, first of all, you have to look at where you're going. Where are you meeting these dudes?
Your environment.
And say you're out at a restaurant or a bar, and you see a dude that you're like, oh, that dude, you know, he's an attractive looking guy. Looks like he's got his shit together. That man who has his shit together is not going to say a word to you without you at least opening the door. He's not going to walk through it without you opening the door. He's not going to come kick it down. He's not going to come kick it open.
Yeah.
And the problem is, you know, I'm talking to this woman about this. I've known her a long goddamn time. And we're talking about this, and I was like, the problem is the openings or the clues that you throw at a man or the hint that you show a man that says, hey, I'm interested and I'm open for approach. Those clues that you're tossing out are typically clues that only another woman will identify. But yet you think you're being obvious because it's obvious to you
Yeah.
It's obvious to other women, but you got to realize, ladies, you guys are way more perceptive than men. You notice everything. Think about it like this. If you want to talk about perception, go out with a guy, and then the next day, ask him what color were your shoes. He's probably not going to remember unless there was something specific about that pair of shoes.
Yeah.
He may not remember if you wore your hair up or down. And it's not because he didn't notice it and didn't like it. It's just that's not why he was there. He wasn't there to look at your hair. He wasn't there for your shoes. So he's not being perceptive. But same thing goes with if you're glancing at a dude to say, hey, I'm looking at you, come approach me. In his mind, he may be looking at it as just you were looking past him. Just because you made eye contact doesn't mean, because everybody says, oh, I'm not going to make eye contact with a guy I don't want to talk to. Cool. But what does that mean? You may think I was looking at him for like 5 minutes when it was a second, But to another woman, it would have been obvious, girl, you staring at that guy? Dude probably didn't even notice. Mm-hmm. And so you have to make a man feel comfortable approaching, especially in today's world where Me Too is such a big thing, where a guy can easily be looked at as a creep.
Right.
If you didn't give him that opening.
Think about the gym setting.
Terrible.
Absolutely. I mean, like with Me Too versus a man just saying, hey, did you need help with that or whatever? It is so much that we have to go through and put things and have to categorize within split seconds. But we're not going to put ourselves out there unless he's just thirsty. He's just going to go out. He's just going to shoot his shot at whatever. And there are those guys.
I remember I was 17, and one of my closest friends to this day, first week in college, mm-hmm. we were just talking about random stuff, and she was just like, the worst place you could ever try to talk to me or any other woman is at the gym. Here it is, mm-hmm. 35 years later, and I'm still like, yeah, I won't hit on a woman at the gym. I won't approach a woman at the gym because that's been played in my mind. And now it's sort of, but what if that's the only place you see this person at the gym? So now it's, as a man, we have to navigate when's the best time to have that meet and greet is what I like to call it. And I'll tell you, this is for the dudes out there, I'll tell you. Just from talking to people, one of the best scenarios you can do is be friendly in a group setting, meaning take a class. Mm-hmm. A CrossFit type scenario, Jim, where you all are kind of doing the same thing. Class type.
Everybody's involved.
Exactly. So you're kind of forced to have a conversation.
Yeah. Or there's a need for team.
Yes. So you can have that. Doesn't have her earphones in her ears. She's not on the treadmill. She's not mid-workout. You look like a creep saying, do you need help with this? Damn it, did I ask for help? That kind of thing. And so shooting your shot at the gym is never a good thing. And so, ladies, if there's a dude at the gym that you think, you know what, I wish he would come talk to me. A smart man is not going to. So there's nothing wrong with you walking over and saying hello. Oh, that makes you uncomfortable? We have to do that shit all the time.
Because he is not going to put his ego in harm's way.
Not only that, with all the social media shit about dudes walking through and getting blasted on social media for, look at this creep staring at me at the gym.
Right.
He's not even going to look your way because of that.
Because they're not even filming anymore their workout. They're filming for the possibility of somebody looking at them.
They're filming to hopefully go viral for this shit.
That's why there's one brother that he blasts everybody about that.
I've seen that. This
dude. Joey Swole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, here's another one.
And then boom. And he say he wasn't even late. He was looking at himself.
Slows it down. And zooms in on the picture. But yeah, and it's ladies, you just got to understand that at some point in time, you can't always be the princess waiting on Prince Charming to come do everything. Men will be men, but the good men are so busy with trying to save the fucking world that if you don't at least give them an opening, they're just going to go to the woman that will.
Well, think about it. Even Prince Charming.
Because he has options.
Prince Charming had an open door. Even Prince Charming had an open door.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
You know, and so things that you can do that a smart man will notice. We as men know, if those of us who are seasoned, meaning, motherfucker, we got some age to us. Hey, we're like that dry aged ribeye.
Oh my God. Yeah.
We've been through it.
Sitting on that rack for a long time.
One thing that men should know is that a woman's not going to make deliberate personal contact with you, meaning she's not going to touch you if she has zero interest in you. So
that's very true.
If you're in a space and a woman walks by you, and y'all ladies, you can tell me it's true, and she taps you on the shoulder or touches you in any kind of way and says, excuse me, and then she lingers and looks at you, she's interested. Mm-hmm. If you're having a conversation with her and she touches you, that means she's open to you.
Which is funny, and even at that same time, we still can't link. They can linger, but we still can't. We cannot linger.
Correct. And so it's subtle, but that's one thing, ladies, that you can do. It's an opening. If you want to meet that guy who you see over there, say hello. And meaning you don't have to roll up on him and say hello, but say hello with your eyes. Stop, pause, smile, give him a little nod or whatever it may be. If he doesn't pick up on that, he's kind of just either didn't see you, or he's not interested, or he's a cornball.
Yeah.
You know, but give him the benefit of the doubt, and if it's something that you see that you want, you go after everything else. Make your interest known. And I promise you, if you exaggerate it, it'll still be subtle to us. It'll feel like an exaggeration to you, but it'll still be subtle to us.
That is so true. You're like, huh?
Because subtle to you will be virtually impossible for us to pick up on.
Well, think about even the thought of liquors. Men typically drink darker liquors. Women drink lighter liquors because the subtlety, the smells, like we need that heaviness. Because we don't do well with the lights.
Well, we don't take hints.
Exactly.
We don't take fucking hints. I don't know how many podcasts we've said that on.
At all.
We don't take hints.
You have to push us over in many ways.
I mean, I look at, fuck it, let's look at me.
Let's look at you.
Like Jet Magazine, check it.
Whoa. Whoa. Easy.
Boomerang, circa 1992.
All right, Boomerang.
Go, Eddie. Anyway, for me, if I'm interested and there's no opening, I will chalk that up as a loss. I don't just roll up on somebody, tap them on the shoulder, hey girl, what's up? That'll never happen.
Right.
I can talk to anybody, start a conversation anywhere, just because I got enough life experience that I will always find something to talk about, even if I'm not interested in you. We can talk about something. You know, I can start a conversation if you're at the table next to me, but I'm not going to just walk by and just stop you in the street. I'm not going to jump out my car. I mean, there's a time in my life when I was in my 20s, when I was in school, if I saw you and thought you were cute, I will pull my car over the road and get out and walk up next to you and say, hey, what's up? Now?
I was never that dude.
And, but it took me a while because I was very reserved, very reserved. And it was more so, it's funny, I used to make an excuse as to why I couldn't go talk to that girl.
Okay.
I was always like, oh, well, she ain't, it was always, she ain't all that. In my mind, I'm like, damn, if she just gives me one opening, I'm there, And I think in essence, that really never leaves us. You know, men will always play it cool because no woman wants to see an overly aggressive or over eager guy.
Do you think there was ever one instance where, do you recall one instance that may have done that to you? Or was it, that was your belief?
That was just my belief.
Okay.
I never, and this is what I was telling this woman yesterday. I was like, women will disrespectfully shoot down a man if they're not interested.
Correct.
A man, if a woman shoots her shot, a man will always be polite. If you shoot your shot at a guy at a bar and he's not interested in you, he will still stand there and have a conversation with you until it's time for him to leave or do something else.
Absolutely.
Because he's not going to be like, no. He's not going to do that.
Yeah.
A man will never do that. He'll just, you come up and compliment him, hey, you know what? You are wearing that suit. You know what? Thank you, girl.
Yeah.
And then he'll go back to his conversation. If he's interested.
And just to be nice, he will find something to be complimentary.
Yeah. And so I always tell people, if you're a woman and you see something that you're interested in, don't worry about your ego because he's not going to, you might not even realize you got shot down till you get home. If you think about it, because he's not going to be outright negative. He's not going to be like, oh no, get the hell out of here. But women do that shit to men all the time. And then they post it online and then they talk about it. And then they say, you know, this dude came up.
And create a community.
Right. And so you don't want to, no guy wants to be somebody's content.
Right.
You know, and so ladies, if he's out there, just make your intention known. He's not going to smash your face. He's not going to smash your ego. Think about the times that you've gone out and you said, you know what? I'm going to let this dude know he's hot. Has he ever, and I'm talking to y'all, has that guy ever, have you ever walked away feeling, oh, I just got embarrassed? No.
Never.
Men, we do that shit all the time. We roll up and a woman's like, pff, or better yet, y'all just won't say shit. Hey, how are you? I saw you cross the room. Whatever your line is that you use. Oh, my name is so-and-so. Psh. And you turn your head. If a dude has a little bit of a fragile ego, he's going to be like, fuck, that sucked.
Yeah.
The dude who's throwing out 1,000 fishing lines, all right, that one didn't bite. Who's next?
Kind of like what's one of the things that people do all the time, and you get the idea really quickly. If you say, "Hey, how are you?" I'm fine. You're like, moving on.
Moving on.
I'm not.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
And ladies, that's okay. But if you want to be pleasant, but the problem is too, dudes, I gotta fucking get you guys now. If a woman is pleasant but not interested, y'all won't fucking leave her alone. You know? And so, ladies, it's okay to be short, abrupt, concise, and still respectful.
Gotta learn how to box. Stop fighting. Learn how to box.
You know, just tell a dude you want a dude to leave you alone. And this isn't gonna happen with every guy, but the guy that is the respectful man but you just happen to not be interested in him, just be like, you know what? I appreciate the compliment, but I got a guy.
Check your energy, man.
If you say I got a guy, the good dudes will be like, no worries, you enjoy your evening, ladies. And be done.
Yeah. I mean,
the dickhead is going to keep pushing, and that's when it's okay to be a dickhead back.
Yeah. Think about it, though. If she goes out and she just gives, if she's had issues in the past, and she starts checking that energy that she's taking out there into the world, because she's taking that energy out in the world. If she's checking that energy and she starts saying, okay, I'm going to try this over the next month, and just giving out good energy, good vibes, wherever you go, grocery store, bookstores, if you're going to the bar, if you're going to restaurants, wherever you're going, just putting out good vibes, see what happens. The type of person that will come back to you, the type of person that will actually see you, but because you're leaving a level of open door. Like, I may not be interested, but I can have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
People just want to know they can communicate. They can commune. They can have something, a dialogue. They don't have to be together.
And ladies, I'm going to tell you this too. a good man, a good dude, the dude that you say you want, I promise you, he doesn't know he's in search of that good woman probably until he meets you. Because if he's out, he may not be out looking nor in search of. He may be out with his boys, or he may just be out having dinner with a couple friends and just happens to be, and you happen to walk in and you change the fucking night. Why? Because you said hello.
Yeah.
And he didn't know he was looking for you until you showed up. But you have to make sure he sees you.
Yeah.
Because if a guy is interesting to you, if you find a guy interesting, or if you're interested in a man, you see him.
Yeah.
We know you see us. Make sure we can see you. And then there's two things you need to be. You need to show that you're interested, and then you have to show that you're interesting. Do those two things, and you will have no problems getting a good man.
That should be your practice. I don't care if you're looking for a man or not looking for, that should be your practice. This show is about human experience. And if you want a better human experience, this is the practice. This is what you do. You don't have to necessarily be going, okay, I'm in search of.
I'm out to catch a man tonight.
Maybe that's part of the problem too. You're out searching for a man and overlooking the men that are passing you, because you're searching for something that you don't know what you're technically looking for.
My goal is to just live an interesting life. That's what you should be saying to yourself. Yeah. And if a man crosses my path that I think I might be interested in,
I'm available.
I'm going to let him know I'm open to his approach. If you're interested in approaching me, I'm open to your approach. That's all we ask for.
I'm available for the opportunity. That's it.
And being subtle about that willingness to be approached doesn't work. You get overlooked not knowing you've already been looked at.
Happens way too often.
Because he sees you and thinks, damn, I'd like to meet her. But in the days now of Me Too and just no brothers trying to catch a case. And so with social media and cameras and everything everywhere all the time, he's not going to approach you at all, the guy that you want. The guy you don't want will always approach you. The guy you want's not going to come up to you, I'm going to say it again, unless you let him know you are more than willing to hear his approach. You know, and then the other statement of, yeah, if I'm not interested in you, it's harassment. If I'm interested in you, it's flirting. Amazing how that changes with the same two actions.
Yeah.
But a dude has no idea. His action can be perceived as harassing you, or it could be welcomed based on your interest in him. Mm-hmm. He's doing the same exact thing he would do.
Complete 180.
But he doesn't know that unless you tell him. You got to show him. And we say this all the time. Treat us like we're 6. Show us what you want us to see, not what you want us to guess. You know? For real, right?
It's way too much work.
Yeah, we just
unnecessary work.
And the more successful you are as a woman, the more intimidating it can be, but he doesn't know your level of success before he meets you. But you are already putting yourself in a position where he's not going to like me because I'm CEO of a company. He's not going to like me because I'm a doctor. I can't tell him. You're already in your head thinking about all the things you have to withhold from him. And when you're in your head, he's looking at you, noticing you're in your head, and that fuck off starts to rub through the concealer. Because you're already talking yourself out of this man, thinking about all the reasons why he wouldn't approach you. You know, instead of just putting off the energy that says, you know what, I'm interesting, I'm available, I'm open to approach. You throw that off because the way you look is the way you look. You're either his type or not. You're either something he would go for or not. So now the other three things, let him find those things out by you being open and available. It's not hard.
But somehow it's become rocket science.
And somehow there are no good men out there. Because you've met them all.
But you keep going in the same environment with the same attitude and the same energy, looking for something that doesn't exist because it doesn't even exist here. It doesn't even exist within you. And that's so unfair. It's unfair to everyone. You're being unfair to a man that's possible, that it is possible, but you're being unfair to yourself.
And you don't have to change your standards or your preferences.
No.
But if somebody meets your outward preferences, your physical preferences, whatever that may be, he doesn't know that. I don't know that I meet your criteria of what you want in a man. You know, I don't know that if you're not black that you like black men or that you'd even be open to approach. I don't know that if you're a short woman that you like tall men, or if you're a tall woman that you're okay with short kings. I don't know none of that shit. All I know is I think you're hot because that's all I know from across the room. And if you think the same thing, or if you think I look interesting or whatever it may be, let's figure out, now that we are both interested, let's figure out if we are both interesting. Mm-hmm. I think I'm interesting. You think you're interesting. Let's see if we're interesting to each other. But we won't know that unless we have a conversation. And we can't have a conversation if you don't open the door and let me. It's like tennis. Serve me the ball. If I hit it back, cool. If I take the ball and put it in my pocket, I'm not interested. Or if I just let it, you serve me an ace.
Right.
That means I'm not for you because you're too much for me. And that could be the case.
But you don't know.
You don't know that. Because you're not serving the ball.
It's not exactly. Wow.
And men have been required to take our shots. Shoot your shot, King. We've been shooting shots since the beginning of time. And we're tired of getting rejected left and right because we don't know if it's that same woman, you shoot your shot one day, has no interest in you because of all the shit that she may have going on in her life. If you caught her on a different day, she'd probably be wide open to it.
Or if she saw someone else that was interested in you, what's so interesting about him? What did I miss?
Right.
That
but
happens a lot.
Whatever the reason is, if you're not in a space or time or giving off the energy that I'm just not interested, I'm not open for approach, then just let that be. I get it. But don't complain if that's your mood all the time. Because no dude's going to approach you if that's the mood you're giving off.
I'm sorry, I just had this whole visual of someone that we know that tried to shoot their shot after they realized what you had.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
I had this whole picture in my head, like I could see that whole scenario working out. I see it. Yeah. I see like, oh, that's how we're doing it today. Don't you love when we're playing that hole in your head? Yeah. Don't worry. It's a good one.
It really is. I got that same visual. I remember when it happened. But yeah, I mean, just ladies, you don't look thirsty, because I know y'all are going to think about this.
Yeah.
You don't look thirsty by saying hello. You stay hungry by not letting somebody come feed you. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong. It's not being aggressive. Saying hello is not aggressive. You know, if you open the door and the dude doesn't walk through it, he's either not interested or it's the dude you don't want anyway because he doesn't have enough game to close the deal.
Yeah.
You know, and I call it game because I don't know what else to call it. But life's a game. We can talk about that later. But
just even the pleasantry. You don't even have to say a word. I'm thinking of a woman that you turn around, she looks, she gives you a smile and a nod. You're like, oh. And she's sitting right next to me. Like, hey.
And it
You're
doesn't
like,
even have to be, oh,
how
I'm
are you?
interested in getting to know you. It's just, oh, you noticed something about this man that put a smile on your face in that moment. Mm-hmm. Same thing. There's plenty of women that I've come across who there's been something interesting about them. The perfume they were wearing, or the shoes they had on, or the outfit or something. I'm like, you know what? Damn, you are wearing that well. Good for you. You look great. I don't want shit else.
Right.
I don't want shit else. I just wanted to let you know that, you know? But nowadays, it's hard to even do that without somebody looking at you like, oh, okay, he's coming over here. He's a creep. It's okay if you're not interested. That was a polite statement. I'm just paying you a compliment. Have a good day. You know? And I've never been brushed off like that, but it's always been, you know, when you get a look and I'm just like, you know what? I don't want anything from you. I just want to pay you a compliment. Have a good day. I've said that many times.
Oh.
And then they look dumbfounded like, oh, wait, he's not trying anymore. No, I'm not going to play that chase game.
I'm a married man. I still do that.
Yeah.
I want people to feel good about themselves. Hey, look, you wore that outfit for a reason. I recognize it. I want to say
Absolutely.
Kudos for you.
Absolutely.
You look amazing today. Keep it moving. I don't want anything.
Your manicure is on point. That shit there, good for you.
Yeah.
You know, and ladies, I'm going to tell you another thing. We are not going to chase. A good man.
This was a great statement you made earlier.
A good man is not going to chase. We are okay with the pursuit, but we're not going to chase because the chase gives the connotation that you're running away and not trying to be caught. A pursuit just means I haven't caught up to you yet.
Correct.
Know the difference. I shouldn't have to explain it to you. This cat and mouse shit where you're always running and you'll pause and you'll run and then you'll pause. Nah, not playing that game. I'm going to make my interest known. Hit it back. If you don't, I'm out.
Have you ever had someone in your life that they played that cat and mouse game and then until you weren't
Until I was like, fuck it, I'm out. Then it's
game on.
game on. Nah, you've lost that shot. I told you about that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm sitting here. It's like the dog races where that rabbit
Yes.
is going around the track, and those dogs are like, I can see it. I know I'm going to get it. I know and they'll run themselves to death. The game used to be fun, and I used to think, oh, I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her. And that became intriguing. Now, as what I consider a successful man, that's just not exciting. I got way too many other things on my plate to add chasing a woman to my day.
Yeah.
Not going to chase you. And most good men aren't going to chase you. They will do the courting pursuit.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to chase a woman because if I have to chase you, that means you don't want me. And that's how I'm going to take it as, and I'm out.
You got me think about Kerry Washington's show where her dad gets out of prison and he's living with her. And she says something to the effect of like, you're just a dog, because she's a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
So you're a dog. He said, no, baby girl, I'm not a dog. I'm a cat. I play it cool. I'm finicky. I sit back and lay in the cut. I get on it when I need to. Now back, now back off. I give him just enough. He's like, I'm not going to sit up there and paw at you.
No.
I'm going to give you what I want. And then I'm like, okay, I'm cool. Just so we can keep playing. But I'm not going to sit up here. I'm not going to run after you all day long. All day and all night.
I'm going to tell you like this. Some people hate this statement.
Screw it.
I'm going to give you what I want until you've earned the right to have me give you what you want. Because my time is not going to be spent trying to give you things that you think you want when you have no idea what you want.
Right.
I know what I want, and I'm going to be able to give you what I want to give you. If it's not what you want, make that known. If it is what you want, make that known. women think they are the greatest communicators when they're probably the worst. And I'll tell you why I say that in relationships. Because you don't say what you mean. You don't make your intentions known. And what you think is obvious is so subtle, and you get mad when we don't pick up on it, instead of just communicating exactly what you mean. In the dating space, communicate your interests, or else you're going to be by yourself. And with the explosion of feminism, the explosion of Me Too, and the explosion of the soft guy era is why you have so many women that are going to be single later in life, because their success, unfortunately, becomes a little bit of a turnoff to a lot of men. You're becoming your own man, and then you're putting that big dick energy out there when you don't have one. You know what I mean?
That's real talk.
And so
that's real.
You want a good dude? Stop being a good man. Stop being your own good man.
It's just being honest, man.
Yeah.
It's just that's just come from an honest place. You cannot be what I am already, because I don't want me.
No, good men are out there. You say there's none out there. Good men are out there.
And stop putting out that energy that bad men.
Well, there are no good men.
Well, guess what? You're never going to find one. You're not available for it. Your mindset is not wrapped around the idea of having one because you don't know what it looks like.
You meet friends for dinner. You go out to a spot. You do it wherever it is you like to meet people, or you congregate. You go to a festival.
Correct.
You do all these things. If you leave your house with intention, I'm going, but there's going to be no good dudes there anyway, then I promise you all the good dudes are going to
navigate around you,
because they'll feel that fuck off energy. And we do. I can see that shit a mile away.
Bro, you can smell it.
There's a couple things that men always say. You see a woman who's attractive. My brother and I used to always say this. You see a woman who's attractive, has her shit together, and her attitude or her energy will always look up. I told you this before, and we'll just say, "Oh, that'll cost you." And people used to always think we're talking about money. Money's the easy. Costing me money is the easy part. I can take you to dinner. I could do that. Shit's not.
There's a lot more that comes to that.
And when you say that's going to cost you, it's going to cost you in a sense of it's going to cost you more than you have to give, because you're going to get. It's going to cost you your time. It's going to cost you your energy. It's going to cost you your manhood. It's going to cost you your ego. You're going to be chasing it out of breath, and you're still never going to get to the finish line. So when we see that a mile away without even saying hello to you, if you have that look on your face, we're going to be like, oh yeah, that's going to cost you. And that's it. And you're dead in the water at that moment. For a guy like me and the dudes who, even though they're married now, the dudes like us, and my brother and my close friends, those of us who have accomplished stuff in life, if you met us all when we were single, you would be that woman who would say, if we say that it's going to cost you, we don't even look the other way, because we're like, it ain't worth the price. That's a heavy price to pay. And there's too many of you out there and too few of us. I said it. Too many of you out there, and according to you ladies, too few of us to have that attitude.
Right.
Now, I think there's plenty of us out here. But you guys are the ones saying there's not. And maybe it's that attitude as to why there's not. Don't say there's no good men. Let's just say there's no good men available for you.
Right.
Because they're not available for the stink you bring to the table.
Right. What am I doing to not be available for a good man? What am I doing? Why is it always us? What am I doing to not be available for a good man? And be available. Not just get a good man, because you won't know what to do if you get him.
Because you got to be able to.
Even if you got him,
you got to meet him and you got to keep him.
Yeah.
He's got to keep you too, but he can't meet you without you opening the door for him.
You got to be more transparent.
We'll do it. We'll do all the work. We'll do everything else.
You got to be available.
Open the door.
You got to be transparent. Stop playing the game. Man.
Right.
You missing out on a whole lot of shit because you playing the game, and it's the only game that you know how to play. There's everybody else got all these other games. You have to be available to this game of life.
And as you get older, you're going to realize that whole idea, I can't call him because I don't want to seem too eager, or I can't do this, or I can't do that.
And
You're going to realize all your rules are going to keep you by yourself.
So they're your rules. Have at them.
Good luck. Because it's too easy to just keep it simple.
It really is.
If you just kept it simple, hey, I like you. I said this the other day. That's one of the things that a man will probably fucking fall out if he heard. Just a simple, you know what? I like you. He would, but they can't say that.
Yeah.
For some reason, we can't hear that because a woman won't come up and compliment you. A woman's not going to say, hey, you know what? I really like you. Because they're too worried about, I'm going to get my feelings hurt if I tell them, or I'm going to look aggressive, or I'm going to look too aggressive, or I'm going to look too thirsty. Get out of your head. Because I guarantee you 90% of the shit you're thinking about, we don't even process.
Yeah.
We're not thinking about it. You're going through every scenario of what if in your brain, and I don't even know your name yet. Where's the lie?
Yeah. It's like entering a story at the middle of the story. Have no idea how this is going to begin, how it's going to end. We're in the thick of the story. I'm like, whoa. Where are we?
I don't even know.
What's the title?
I haven't met you yet, and you've already come up with every scenario of what if, and I haven't even shaken your hand yet. I don't get why you can't get out of your head. It's nice out here. Just step outside for a minute. Step outside, take a deep breath, say hello, and let your interest be known. It's that simple. Yeah. We as men are that simple. If you're afraid to do that, then it's okay. Send your girlfriend over and say, hey, my girl wanted to say hello to you, but she's nervous. Done.
Because you always got that one girlfriend.
Right, who don't give a fuck. She'll talk to anybody.
Everybody is with that one girlfriend that don't care.
And that's fine if you don't know how to flirt or play the man-woman game. Somebody in your crew does. Let them help you out.
Especially if you have a married friend.
Yeah, she got you. Best wing woman ever.
Yeah.
But just figure that part out because times are changing. We as men aren't just going to walk over and club you on the head and drag you back to the cave. You're mine. We don't do that no more. We don't call your dad and say, can we take you out to dinner? Is it okay? And sit down on the porch and have that conversation first.
Sipping on some mint julep.
Yeah, we're not doing that no more. Times are changing, and it's okay for you as women to make your intentions or even your interest known. You don't have to do anything else.
Right.
We'll pick up the ball and run with it from there. Just put the ball on our court.
But you got to try first.
Yeah.
You got to try first. Stop putting it on everybody else. Stop putting it on us.
You're not making the first move.
Right.
You're just allowing him to make the first move.
That's it.
Unlock the door. I'll figure it out. I'll turn the knob. You ain't got to open it. Just unlock the door.
Yeah.
Just unlock it. Anyway, I thought this was a good topic out just because we got so many people coming at us with no good men and I can't find one. Help me out.
Yeah. Yeah. I love how we've just learned how to take this deep dive in this section because I'm like, let's roll with that one.
Yeah. It's these little pearls that you guys, if you listen to all the podcasts, look at the titles because in each one of these podcasts, there's something for you in there. You just got to, oh, yeah. And they all kind of relate to one another because they all relate to how to navigate this thing we call life.
Better human experience, baby. Better human experience.
Coach KJ, man, where they gonna find you, man?
They gonna find me out there somewhere.
In them streets.
Nah, they ain't gonna find me in them streets, man. You're gonna find me at Coach KJ Knows on Instagram and CoachKJ.com. Where they gonna find you, Doc?
You're gonna find me at Lionel Hunt on IG. You're gonna find me at HuntSpine.com. Go check out the Hunt Foundation and thehuntfoundation.org. Big things coming, big things going.
Oh yeah.
SOE_podcast is the IG. You'll hear our lives on Saturdays, which will be on at Lionel Hunt and at SOE_podcast, 11 o'clock on Saturdays. Good shit that we're talking about. Podcast.
Building steam on those.
Oh, for
Building
sure.
Steam.
We be coming in hot.
And it's not the podcast.
No. It is not the podcast. It is the warm-up. Because I have people that are coming up to us and saying, we're looking forward to the podcast on Saturday. No. PodcastSOE.com. Everything y'all want to know about Coach and Doc. Listen to previous episodes. The links are there. It'll take you to it. Share it with your friends. Like us.
Love us.
Subscribe. Tell people we're talking about some good shit. And
do it.
Come vibe with us.
Do it now.
Enough of you guys come at us and tell us we should do it. We're going to start doing these podcasts live. And we'll interact directly with you. Might even set up a number where you guys can call in and talk to us live. Because our console's set up where we can take phone calls.
Okay. Yeah.
So, it's coming. I just need enough of y'all to say you want it. All right? We out.